Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, so as soon as get that set up. I'm not gonna lie, man. This is kind of frustrating. This is frustrating. I don't know why this does this. It does. Oh yeah, I forgot. Ah, damn. Oh yeah, I forgot. Forgot. Okay. All right. Get this set up, and then we'll get this party started. I mean, if the Bulls are able to bring this back, I wonder why that's a different number on my other chart. I wonder why that's a different number. That'd be a trade right back into the middle. I mean, a better trade on the NQ would be at that 490 level. It would be at that 490 level. Yeah, 490. I mean, we got to bounce at 435, 490, 500, 514. I think we got that bounce at 500 at one point in time. Yeah, like at 501, 501, 504. Okay. All right, so we'll get started. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's NA meeting. Today was definitely a wild ride if he was a part of it. We've had some volatile price action, and we're going to continue to take advantage of that. The market has been making life-changing moves on both sides of the spectrum. If you're able to catch any of this momentum in any direction, this is life-changing money the market is giving out. So we're going to do our best to capture every point of it. Earlier in the stream, we did have a trade set at 258, and we had a scale in at 253. Now, in this trade right here, I usually keep a 10-point stop on this one. However, I believe I had this at 46, and I was about a tick, I believe, a tick or 3 ticks away from getting stopped out. I was 3 ticks away from getting stopped out of this trade. 3 ticks. And the reason why I had it at 47 or 46 is because of the of what we talked about earlier, and that value area that was on my chart. I didn't expect price to trade all the way back down into this area on the ES, but what saved me from getting stopped out of this trade and missing this whole thing, or where was it at? And then where is it at? Right here. I saw that they had a point of control right here at 47. So I wanted to have my stop a point right underneath it because I felt that if it traded below that, then we was probably going to go further. I think I was able to see it better on another chart. Because maybe I have it on my 10K chart. Yeah, so this is actually, yeah. So yeah, point of control was at 47. I just wanted it to have a point underneath that point of control, just in case price did trade into that area. And I was able to stay in this trade and able to profit on that. I did leave a lot of money on the table with my entry. However, I am glad that I was able to at least capture the move. But let's get back into it. So that's on the ES, and this is on the NQ. So let's look at what we have for tomorrow, and we'll go from there. All right, so obviously the week of June, we've had ISM today. We have the PMI. The PMI has shown decline because anything under 50 is contraction and anything over 50 is expansion. So the global PMI for the month of May came in at 51, but the ISM manufacturing PMI, it came in under expectation. And I believe this is the reason why we got the dump, but I mean, who knows with today's market, why we pump and dump nowadays. Obviously tomorrow, what we're going to be looking out for is going to be this JOLTS number right here. This is going to be the determining factor of what the market does tomorrow, because we obviously know that the labor market is a focus for the Fed right now, and these jobs and these JOLTS opening will definitely give the Fed, I don't want to say the information that they need, but they will be looking at this data and using it to determine if they're going to be cutting rates in the future, or at least that's the speculation. And yeah, that's all we really have going into tomorrow. We don't really have anything that's going to move the markets. So I do feel that tomorrow may chop. We may trade in a range. If we do get an opportunity to trade a breakout of a range, we're definitely going to take it. However, I do believe that this number will dictate the direction of the market tomorrow. And outside of the JOLTS, I mean, we have our usual stuff for Wednesday, our usual stuff for Thursday, and obviously we're going to be looking out for non-farm payroll on Friday. So that's going to be a big number, obviously, with jobs, obviously. So, and this data point gets released every first Friday. So we'll be keeping our eye on that. But let's jump into the charts. So obviously we've had some crazy price action. You can see that the market had a bullish open. You can see that the Nasdaq had a 200-point open. You usually don't see that at Sunday open, but with Friday's expansion higher, you can only expect for the market to continue to the upside. And once the bulls exhausted themselves, you can see that the bears were slowly but surely trading this market down. The bulls found support here at this level and was able to take the market higher, right back into this trading range right here. And you can see that right now, it does appear that the bears want to at least bring price back into this trading range right here. Now, we've had a lot of bearish momentum down, and that bearish momentum has always been met with an elevator move up. But I do want to point out that even though the bulls are buying the market back up, they're still making the lower lows. They're still making lower highs. So as the market tries to take out all-time highs on the NQ, it is being met at the top of the trend line, and price is being knocked down. You can actually see it more clearly on the hour chart. Let's actually look at the hour chart and expand it real quick. So this is going to be. Now this is the move up that we got on Friday, and you can see that it tapped right into this area. The bears were able to get their move down from this high. So we can see that price is trending down. And we did get that big move up. Price did break out of this trend line though. The bulls were able to break out of that trend line on Friday. They were met here at this area of resistance right here. The bulls brought it right back, or the bears brought it right back into this trend line. And here we are right here. So it has been a lot of back and forth between the bulls and the bears. Obviously the bulls, I feel, has more momentum in the market. However, the bears have the control right now. But the momentum is definitely in the bears' favor because they are knocking price down. We are making lower lows and we are making lower highs. We are making lower highs. So the market, the bears still have control of this market. I do have some levels that I am watching out for on the NQ. However, I do feel that if the market trades back down, we're going to need to see some real bullish momentum. Because like I stated before, every move up has been met with a move down. Every move up has been met with a move down. So I mean, we're getting all this bullish momentum, but the bears still have control of this market. So my only concern is if we do get a move down overnight, that the bears will make an attempt to take out that low. Because on my charts, because we got this massive move up, I'm going to assume that if the bears do not hold this trading range, if the bears do not hold this area at about 80, the bears don't hold it at 80, with going down to what, like 50, yeah, about right here. So if the bulls don't hold this area right here, if we do get a pullback here, if we do get a pullback either here at the top of this range or digging deep into it, if the bulls don't hold this range, obviously we're going to be going down lower. And the next level that we can see, that we can possibly see, on our way back down is going to be that level at 345 to 350. So 350 going down to 315. So 350. Oh, yeah, that sounds about right. Because if they take out this low, then they take that out. $350 to 315. So 350 to 315. And this is exactly where we had this original bounce. And I believe, yeah, this was from Friday. And I believe that if price taps into this area of around that 350 to about 315, this is where we might see the bulls come back in. Now, it does look like the market is preparing itself to go lower. I would find it hard to believe that the bulls, especially how the structure is right now, just continues to trade higher. The market has been doing that. However, with all this resistance right here, without a decent pullback, I don't believe that the bulls can just trade through this, especially coming off the lows. We already traded through this area right here, and we're back into this range. We do have a high here at 760, or around 760. Seven or 673. Because you can see 673. Yeah, because we got a rejection here at this high. We got this consolidation. So I guess it could trade up into this area. I guess it could. Hmm. $773. Because if we trade above that high, then yeah, yeah, we may see the price trade into this area, and if and the bulls find support here at this area, we can definitely see a move up. We can definitely see a move up here from here. Even though the momentum, even though the bears have control, the bulls are starting to create bullish structure. Hmm. Yeah, this one is definitely going to be a tough one because the bulls can definitely, the bulls will most likely. All right, so 410, 410, 410. It's 435, 410. $355. Hmm. Okay. All right. So for right now, these are going to be the levels that I'm going to be looking for right now until we get some more information with price action overnight. I do expect for the bears to push price lower as they're doing now. I mean, we tapped into a previous area of resistance, and I believe that the bears are going to push price into this golden zone or this range. And like I said, because of the structure right now, taking a trade here in this area, I feel the risk reward would obviously not be in your favor. If you were to take this trade, this is a trade that you would definitely have to have a predefined stop, and then you need to respect it. Because technically you have all this risk to the downside, potentially. Because I do feel that if price does trade into this area, this will be a better trade. Obviously down here, the lowest as possible. Because if price does this move right here, we're definitely taking this low out. I mean, there's no question that low is getting taken out. And a better trade would be in this area right here. I'll be specifically looking for that 350 level. That level at 350. Hey, what's up, KD? What's up? I will specifically look for that 350 level. Now I do have some more levels on top. I do have around like 410 to 390. Price can stop there. I'm not saying that it won't. However, if it takes out this low, I feel that the market is probably looking for cheaper prices. And back here on the hourly chart, you can see that we had this big massive move. So honestly, when you have this gap of price action right here, you have a price action gap here. This lets me know that there's going to be at least buyers in this area right here. However, if price does trade into this area, that's why I'm going to be looking for price to tap into this 355 area. And a good trade would be either 355 to about 315. Some 355, 315. Watch what price action does as it trades into this area. And a great stop would be underneath this low. Or actually, no, it's not. This is not the ES. Because that low is, yeah, that low is all the way down there at 240. $267. Yeah. So this is what I'm going to be looking for with the NQ. Obviously, with the NQ, you need to manage your size on this. I do feel that we're going to have price sell off overnight. However, this first level right here is going to be the determining factor. I personally would not take this trade. The risk to reward is obviously not on your side on this one. However, I would not be surprised if the bulls do come back into this area and we push price higher, because that's what these bulls have been doing regardless of trade location. So that's all I have on the NQ for right now. When the stream starts tomorrow morning, I'll have more information. We can use the price action overnight, and we can make a determination from then. So let's jump over to the ES chart. Now, our golden zone from last week came in clutch today. You can see that our golden zone literally hit this bottom. Literally hit the bottom last week. So like I said, I am proud of this golden zone. It worked into this week, and we was able to catch this trade. Now, like I said earlier, I was in at 58. I scaled in at 53, and I had my stop at 46. I did risk a little bit more in this trade because I didn't want to miss it, and I was 3 ticks away from getting stopped out of this trade. 3 ticks away from getting stopped out of this trade. And the good thing is that I was away from my desk when this trade happened. And when I came back and saw it, I was like, wow, what a save. The only thing that I'm not happy about is that I took profits a little bit too early. I had my original target at 86, which that's my first target. I wanted it at 86 because I felt that if we got a bounce in this area, then price was going to at least go to 86. So I did have my first, I think I had my first target at 85 to front run that 86 target. But I did have some runners going to 300. So I took a $1,500 in profit But because I closed the position early, it was getting towards the end of the day. I was like, I don't want this to drop on me and I get back all those profits. So I closed the entire position at 86 or something like that. Just for price to do this at the end of the day, literally at the end of the day, hit my target, and here it is sitting. So I walked away with 1,500 and I could have walked away with 26. So that right there kind of made me think. I was talking to Smith about this. This is why I get stubborn with my targets. This is why I don't take profits. Either hits my stop or my target. This is where the stubbornness comes from. Because yeah, I did end green. We did have a great trade going back up into this range. However, I left some profits on the table, and I had a feeling it was going to at least get to 300 at least. And I left it on the table because, I didn't want it to come back on me, and I hate that. So this is where that stubbornness comes from. So just like the NQ, we had this big, massive move down after the bulls found support here at this level. We had this massive move up towards the end of the day. And it's always, and I don't want to use the word funny, but it's always eye-opening that the NQ and the ES, even though they have different tempos on how they move, they always end the day always in the same position, either at support or resistance. It's like the Nasdaq is the hare and the ES is a tortoise, but at the end of the day, they both end up in the same trade location usually. So we had a breakout, an expansion from this range. We had a two-legged pullback. Actually, into the support area. And we had a move. Okay, so we had a range breakout from this area, had an expansion lower. The bulls found support here at this area, and then we had this move higher back into this resistance area. Back into this resistance area. So the move would be if price trades back into this 278 level. This is actually a great level to actually get long. And technically it's in the same trade location that the Nasdaq is, our first golden zone on the Nasdaq. If the bulls can hold up this area right here, if they can hold up this area right here, we can definitely see it move up higher. So let's draw this out and draw this a little bit better. If we can see a move like this, the bulls can hold it here. We can break through this range. We can possibly get a pull back and then an expansion higher. We can get something like this going into tomorrow. If the bulls don't hold this, we can possibly see a double bottom on the ES. And let me actually look at my NinjaTrader chart real quick. So yeah, we can definitely see a double bottom at that 246 level. Actually, not 246, but possibly 263 to 253. Yeah, because obviously the Nasdaq and the ES both trades very differently, but literally the same. Honestly, I would actually look at that 80 level. Mm. I'm looking at the NQ. I was like, dude, this doesn't even look right. Doesn't even look right. 284. To 73. No, I'm not gonna mess with that. This is the area where if the Bulls can get it back here, I'm looking for them to trade into this area and try to take price higher because this is literally going to be the make or break. And technically, this is also the middle. This is also the middle. You can see that obviously this is our current high, this is our current low, and this is our middle. So this is where the Bulls are going to need to come in. And this is where they're going to need to hold. You can actually have a tight stop on this one if you choose to take this trade. I will be looking for that 278 entry. If I wake up tomorrow, I see prices grinding into this level. So if I see something like this to where we're getting a grind action into this level like this, something like this, where it's grinding, I'll be more comfortable taking a trade here. Now, if I see something where, I mean, it does this, I'm not taking this trade. I'm not taking this trade at this level. Hmm. So we got that bounce there. We got it. Got that bounce. Hmm. So 261. I'll be looking for a double bottom here. 261 will kind of be the top because that's where that break of structure happened. I would say 53. I think 53 would be the absolute. This is definitely where the Bulls need to come in. They can double bottom this if they choose to, but I think 53 is going to be that level that they need to hold for sure, for sure, here at 53. Yeah, for sure at 53. They need to hold that to see it move higher. But you can see it here on the hour chart. Price has moved away from this golden zone. It does look like the bulls still want to take this higher, and we may not even get this pullback into this area right here. We may not even get it. And if we do continue higher, that next level of resistance is going to be here in this 22 area. But I highly doubt that the bulls actually stop at 22. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised about that. I really would not be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised. Because I do see that there is some resistance here at 30. I mean, we got this head here at 39. I mean, we could, I guess it could get to 34, 35. But then at the same time, we can definitely trade above this high. And then we can definitely tap into that 45 to 48. My money would be on 48. If price ever got to 48, I would try for a short here. I would try for a short here at 48. Yeah, because I don't think they do all that. I don't think they do all of this to not take out some of these highs. 22. We had that high at 324. Oh, I haven't done a CL yet, but I'll do CL though. I'll do CL. 324. Then we had that break. I know we at least tap into that. And we can possibly get up into this 30 area. 330. Yeah, I guess the way that this is looking, yeah, I think, yeah, the bulls ain't gonna let this pull back. They may not even let it pull back into these zones. Okay. All right, so again, with this one, we're gonna need some more information overnight. Right now, if the price pulls back into this area, this is where the bulls are gonna need to protect it. I would be looking at this 378 level for the bulls to tap into and try to push price higher. That's the level I'll be looking for if we get a pullback. But the way things are looking now, it's looking like price is going to start taking out these highs. And we're going to get a move higher into this higher area of resistance. I do have a high here at May 30th. We do have a previous week close before this week or before last week, before that drop. We do have a previous week close at 320. We do have a previous week close. So what day that was? So on May 26th. May 26th. I want to make sure that's the correct day. So May 24th, May 24th. Yeah, so May 24th, we have a week close at 320. So I think they're going to sweep up that low. We do have a high here at 324. And then we got the shoulder here at 3. So yeah, 330. So around 330 is where I'll be looking for the bulls to trade up into. I might actually try for a short here depending on the momentum. I may try to go for a short here at 330 because this is the most likely area where the bears will come back in and make an attempt to at least pull price back. So that's the area I'm going to be looking for. We do have that high at 39. We do have that high at 39. So we would just see what happens at 30. An ideal entry would be here at 36 or 35. Because honestly, if it trades above this high, I mean, we're going to be wrong. And that's a great thing about trading the ES is because she trades off of structure. The NQ trades off of levels. It's whatever you want to trade. Either you want it to be slow and steady and structure based, where you're not going to get the big moves like on NQ, or you want to trade level to level, but then you don't have that structure confidence. You don't have the confidence of structure. Now, the NQ does trade structure eventually, but she moves so much. The only time you may see the structure form is after everything is said and done. And let's get a good example of that. I mean, you can see after the candles are painted, you can see the structure. You can see the strong high. You can see the shoulders. You can see the bulls coming in or the bears coming in. You can see it. You can see them short here at the neckline. But it's hard to see it when the market is moving because you don't know which structure she's going to take out. You don't know if she's going to take out this low, this low, this low. You just don't know. But with the ES, we have that confidence. So that is a perk of trading the ES. So this trade right here at 36, 35, 36, and having a stop at 46. I mean, look at all this room for error that you have here on the ES, which honestly, you shouldn't even use any of this for real. Actually, I'm not going to do that. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be looking for going into tomorrow. But obviously, we need to see what happens overnight. And then we got jolts. Historically, jolts have been bearish. For some reason, from what I've seen, the jolts reports have been bearish. We get a bearish reaction from the jolts report. So we'll see if we'll get that tomorrow. But that's usually what we get, initially, at least. Or if we get a bullish reaction and then it flips and we start doing this with jolts. But I guess for right now, I mean, honestly, this would be a good risk. No, I wouldn't say that because I wouldn't even take this shit short, honestly. Under normal circumstances, I would actually take this short. This is a great short this would be a great short opportunity. You have this 300 right here. You can have your 10-point stop because if it trades above this high, you're wrong. Really, if it trades above this high, you're kind of wrong. But I wouldn't trust this trade. With all this bullishness, I would wait. Or, like I said, I will wait for them to pull back into this golden zone and be a bull versus having a heart attack being a bear and losing sleep. So I would wait for the pullback. But that's all I have on the ES. So let's look at CL. Now we talked about CL obviously in the early in the session. And man, was this a massive move down. This was definitely a massive move down. So from top to bottom, 753. So this was just about a $4 move down in one day. So if he was able to capture this move today, congratulations. Just holding it from top to bottom, that was about a $4 move down. However, we could be coming into some support. I mean, after a $4 move down, you have to expect that the bulls will have to come in at some point to try to take this higher. Actually, let me just go on my actually let me see. Yeah, let's just go on. This was CL. Hmm. Hmm. It's not a surprise that now this is actually finding some support here. Hmm. So let me look, because we had this big move down. Let's see. So if I do like a 10K chart on this real quick, let me see. Hmm. 73, 73.43, huh? 73.43. We had a big, massive move up, and we have a range above us. We have a range. We have this range right here. Okay, so here's a great thing about trading the CL. Here's a great thing about trading CL. You can literally wait for confirmation for this trade. You can literally wait for confirmation. It's going to do exactly what it did here. We're going to pump up. We're going to take out the low. And then we're going to get this. You can see that it loves doing this. It goes, it pulls back. A great risk reward right here would be right here at this high. And it does this. Same thing here. So I would be looking for a break of structure, a pullback, getting in at that low, and trading higher. Now, I would try to get in as low up to the, and I would try to get in as low as possible in this demand. Possibly 43 would be 43 to 45 would be my entry. 70, 45, 73, 45. And I would keep a 27-point stop on that with 1 to 2 contracts, depending on how much money you want to risk. I like to trade 1 contract with CL, 27 points of risk for at least $1 in profit. Sometimes I put in 2 for $500 in risk. But usually I just like to put on 1 contract and just let it run. I will look at 73.45 to 73.43. Well, even I mean, shit, 73.45 just to be safe, because obviously you can see that in the past, this is where they've done business at, and it's not a surprise that price traded right back into this area. $70, $50, $54. Yeah, I do see that they're ping-ponging off this level at 54. But like I said, I would try to get in as low as possible. Use your own discretion. If you see that we do get a bounce, I would wait for that retest first. Unless, because I mean, she doesn't really V bottom like that. I mean, she doesn't really V bottom. I've never really seen her V bottom, like just dip into an area and then just take off. She always does this first and then takes off. So if you're going to feel FOMO on this, you can set a limit, or you can just wait for a confirmation. But this is going to possibly be an area where she finds support. Now, if she doesn't find support here and she breaks through and trades, this would be a great area to short. This will be a great short if we see a break and a retest. Great area to short. Yeah, that's how I would play CL. That's exactly how I would play CL. But because we had this big move down, we broke this structure right here. That means all these buy orders got absorbed. So all these sellers or all these buyers became sellers, and everybody on the opposite side bought all these contracts going down, or sold all these well, no, what is it? So if you're a buyer, then you're a seller. So yeah, you became a seller. And everybody that sold became a seller into this area. Yeah, so this is, so the CL is definitely in a great area right now. It's definitely in a great area. But all right, guys, I think that's it. We are seeing some bullishness, which is no surprise to nobody. in both the ES and in the NQ. It's no surprise to nobody that we're seeing this initial bullishness. However, there are areas of resistance up on top. I've already shown that to you, share that with you. So we're going to just wait and see what happens overnight before we actually create a game plan. I did shoot out some levels that you can look out for and make your own decisions with. But me personally, I may not even take those trades myself, especially these ones that's in the middle. Unless I see some real bullishness. I don't want to see a straight move down into this area. I want to see some price action going into this area before I would ever take this trade. This trade right here would be more safe, obviously, but this is also an opportunity to trade as well. So just keep that in mind. But all right, guys, that's all I have for right now. We'll come back. We'll do this again tomorrow morning. Same time, same place. And we'll do this again. Peace out.